So today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite pens, and that is the Lamy 2000. Comes in a cardboard box. I like the design. It's very simple, very classic, very durable. It's what feels like a metal logo here saying Lamy, and it just pops open. And inside is a simple little uh, case, bed, if you like, and there's the pen. It's a classic design, very minimal, very functional, designed in 1966, but well, actually released in 1966. So this pen has been around for a long time. It's interesting too that um, competing brands from that time, say Pelican, Mont Blanc, uh, some of the major brands, the pens that they had to compete with this pen are no longer in production, but this is the survivor. It was designed by Gerd Alfred Mueller, and he also designed the Lamy CP1. Uh, so, what can I say about this pen? It is, in my opinion, um, a beautiful pen. I like simple, classic design. It is made of what at the time must have seemed like a rather advanced material, and its body is made of macrolon, which is a fiberglass. It's a piston pillar. Uh, it's this one of the things that I have noticed about this pen is the precise machining. The piston knob is at the end of the pen, and if you didn't know it was there, you'd be hard pressed to find it. You rub your finger along this piece right here, and you can barely feel any seams. And you open it up, and there it is. So, and it just disappears. Uncap it. It's a pull cap, and that is one of my favorite things. I'm a big pull cap fan. It posts very well. I like posting pens. I like my pen to post. It has a very durable spring clip, very similar to the one on the CP1. Uh, very strong. You just push down, there's a little spring, and it pops up and down. I love that. Um, Also has another thing that I like. It has an ink window. It kind of ticking all of my boxes here. Um, the grip section is brushed stainless steel, and the nib is a 14 karat gold rhodium plated nib, semi-hooded. Um, this one is a fine, and I like fine, extra fine nibs myself. It is a nice size pen, but not overly large. Um, I think it's 4.9 inches, and it weighs 25 grams, and it holds 1.3 milliliters of ink. So it has a big ink capacity. Some people, my wife, for instance, refers to it as no, some people, I shouldn't say some people. My wife famously referred to this as a bossy pen because it demands you to hold it in a certain way, or according to her. Uh, the nib, because it's semi-hooded, some people might find it hard to find the sweet spot. I've never had that problem myself, but when I'm using a hooded or semi-hooded nib, there is a trick that I used so you can find the alignment of the nib with your grip and the paper. And that is essentially to take, when you're posting it, just line up the clip with the nib. Don't do this. You'll always be confused, but just sort of take a few minutes, few seconds, line up the clip with your nib, and you'll find that you're able to know where the nib is in relation to the paper just by the clip. There are little posts right here, little metal posts. Inside there's a spring mechanism, and that allows the cap to secure. Be a nice, and it's a very, very firm closure mechanism. So you can hear a clip there. Finials are fairly fairly plain, just shiny material, and there's a little silver little dot in the end here. And all in all, it's a simple but complex design pen. Complex in that it's so carefully thought out that when they were coming up with this design. Uh, so it takes bottled ink. It's a piston filler, as I say. So I'm going to use Sailor Gentle ink. I think before I've had this usually inked with a blue ink, quite often Oxford blue. There's a little breather. There's a little hole here that the ink goes into, so you do have to submerge it a fair ways, and you just turn the knob, as you can see. The piston goes down. Turn it all the way back, and it goes back a little bit, not too far, but a bit. Then you turn it the other way so that the piston closes, and that'll draw the ink into the pen, and I can hear it going in. Just wipe that down, and always close the bottle of ink, because you don't want to be cleaning up a full bottle of ink on surfaces and your clothes. Just wipe it off. And as I said, I really like a pen that posts. And, I've not noticed any scratching occurring. The fiberglass Macrolon is very, very strong, very durable. And I like how you can, when you can see the ink in the window, So you kind of know when your pen is about to run out of ink, especially with a piston filler. It's important to know how much ink is in there. So I'm going to just write a quick brown fox over So with the nib is very smooth. There is a subtle feedback that I really like, actually. Sometimes a nib, I have pens where they have such a smooth nib that it's almost glassy on the page, and I don't mind that. But I do like a smooth nib, that has just a hint of feedback. I like just a subtle vibration in your hand, so that you feel that you're writing, and it's a pleasant sensation, just almost like an ASMR sound. Those things are the pleasure. It's a dry pen. It's not overly wet, but I like that too. And also, this ink is fairly, Sailor ink, I would say, is dry ink in some ways. There's no line variation, really. I wouldn't push down on this and expect line variation. There's no skipping. The feed works perfectly. So the nib, it comes in several sizes: extra fine, fine, medium, broad, double broad. And I believe there are a couple other oblique broad nibs and double broad nibs. So so there are some nice nib variations. So that's pretty much it about the Lamy 2000. I'm a big Lamy fan. It's one of those brands that people are sometimes divided on. People are either indifferent to them or love them. I happen to be a lover of Lamy. I like their industrial design. It's a company that's been around since 1930, and they started with it's a family-owned business. There's all kinds of interesting history about Lamy. I think the earliest Lamy pens went under the name of Artis, and then in 1956 they changed to the name Lamy, the family name. And it's a family-owned business, and they make beautiful products. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you're new to this channel, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. It's fun watching the channel grow slowly, and I'm I'm gaining all kinds of information from comments and people telling me things. So if you have a Lamy pen, what do you like about it? What do you not like about it? Uh, is there a Lamy pen that I should look into? I don't have all of their models. I have several. I have the Safari. We have CP1, Studio, and a 2000. There are a number of other Lamys that I would like to try, and I'd even someday hope to get a vintage artist or a vintage Lamy. I haven't really had any luck finding any yet, but uh, someday I hope to get one. And anyway, I hope you have a great day, and thank you very much. Bye bye.